Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Rule of Two. Today we're here with Marc Fernandez. Big surprise, I know. And we're going to be talking about the new episode coming up this Thursday night, Friday. And it's going to be pretty exciting. Marc, what's going on, buddy?
What up, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, man. Good. It's good to hear. How was your weekend?
I had a very exciting weekend of just staying on my computer and staying at home. How about you?
Dude, asking you how your weekend was is total BS because I was with you pretty
We
much the whole
literally
weekend
we talk every day and stream every
playing,
day.
yeah, playing Warzone and Plunder.
Yeah. Plunder's
Enemies landing in the air.
Oh
But
god. A
I
bit
know, dude.
orgy podgy. All right, so this new episode of Clone Wars is going to be coming out. It's called Shattered, and it's going to cover Order 66. The synopsis is Ahsoka manages to capture Maul on Mandalore, but her journey back to the Jedi Council is disrupted when Order 66 is declared. It turns her world upside down, and I think that's why it's called Shattered. So this episode is, man, I mean, like, the just imagining Maul being, let's say he's in the temple, he's taken to the Jedi Temple under arrest, and then Order 66 executes. I mean, she's probably going to help him out there. And I saw in one of the trailers for the Clone Wars, one of the newer ones, Maul was like throwing a disc or like a door or something with the Force towards some clones. So we haven't seen that scene yet, so I'm thinking that's probably Order 66, since 11 and 12 uh, is when it all goes down.
Yeah, I think that's the rumor going around that the next episode is going to be God, everybody's saying echo again. I don't hear an echo. Do you get an echo?
I got it. Took care of it.
You got it?
Yep.
You took care of it? All right.
Yep.
Um but yeah, that the next episode is going to be actually Order 66, and it'll be Ahsoka teaming up with Darth Maul to get out. You were
Yeah.
right. You were right about all this crap. Yeah, and like, let's get out of here. Let's help each other. And I think somehow Rex will also be out. I think Rex will be gone too. Somehow Rex will be in the mix so that you see how
Well,
how he gets away.
what confuses me is like in Rebels, she said that he had that scar and he had that inhibitor chip taken out, but he doesn't have the scar yet. So it's like he's got to do this in the next episode, or else he's done for. Or maybe he's going crazy and then they operate on him.
Yeah, somehow I think Rex is going to escape, and Rex and Ahsoka will have some kind of bond moving forward. And look, maybe it'll set it up for Rex actually being in the Mando. Like, I do think that Dave Filoni, since he's so involved in Mando, that he is going to leave some major threads in the end of Clone Wars that connect directly to the Mando, and I'm looking forward to that. Look, I was pretty happy that this last episode. I didn't love all of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't love all of it. I
Really?
liked the last episode more than I liked this one. I, I thought it was good, but what I really loved about it was that very somber moment with Obi-Wan telling Ahsoka
Yeah.
that Anakin had killed Dooku, and it almost seemed like he was disappointed in Anakin for killing Dooku.
Yeah, like
You know,
something's gone wrong. Yeah.
yeah, like something that we hadn't seen before. Like, because like at the end, in Revenge of the Sith, he's like, you rescued me on your back and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But it seemed like Obi-Wan had lingering thoughts about why did Anakin kill Dooku? We
yeah.
you should have He should have arrested him so that we could question him.
Yeah.
Now we can't question him anymore.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan seems like his faith in Anakin was a little shaken in that one hollow.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, he's completely worried now about Anakin. He's like, something just doesn't seem right.
Right, right. I didn't. There's something going on, and you and I talked about this offline, but I'll talk to about it with the listeners too. They're doing this thing with the lightsabers where it seems like the lightsabers are whips,
Yeah.
like it curves, and like they're like strings or
Yeah.
something. It doesn't seem
They're like
like,
flexible.
yeah, and it's like, has anybody else noticed that? Have you noticed that in the chat and it bothers you, hit one. If it doesn't bother you, hit two. But it's starting to bother me a little bit, like it seemed like
Yeah, it was
Rebels
kind of
started doing
weird.
it too,
Yeah, it's like a Rebels thing.
right? Like the lightsabers are like curvy or
Yeah, they shouldn't be
something.
doing that. I mean, a blur path is what lightsabers always had when they were moving fast, and that's it, not a curve path.
Yeah, like why is it curving? Like they're literally it seems like they're like strings or something. It's
Yeah,
like
I guess that's just the anime. I don't know. I don't know. It's like a Rebels thing going on. We got a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people
some
didn't mind
people
it actually. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so pretty even. Yeah, I was too entranced with the fight because it was like Ray Park and the other actress who did Ahsoka. I forgot her name. Lauren something. This is gonna bug me now. I gotta look it up. She also did the Mandalorian. She was in the Mandalorian. She was the Iron Worker.
Yeah, I thought the episode was really, really somber,
Lauren Mary
and
Kim.
what I love about the episode is that it proves that Clone Wars it's like pure Star Wars, It's really, really strong Star Wars. And it feels to me when I watch Clone Wars that my Star Wars universe is moving forward.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like confused or whatever. It seems like it's actually evolving.
Yeah.
Um, and I love that about it. I love that about it. Um, I really like the scene when they took out the Mandalorian leader, um, when he was about to tell her like
Oh yeah,
who.
Skywalker. Yeah, Almec.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What'd you
yeah.
think of Maul losing to Ahsoka?
Look, typical Star Wars. It was a free like he didn't really lose.
Yeah.
He,
He just
he
got
lost.
thrown. My question is, why didn't he just cut the beam?
What do you
Yeah.
mean the beam?
Well, she was like on the end of it, and he was on the other part of it.
Oh, right, right,
He could
right,
have
right,
just
right.
sliced the beam. But I think he was getting
Yeah,
her to. It always happens. This always is the thing. Male characters always try to get the other person to join. We've never seen a female character do that yet. Like Kylo's like I can teach you the ways of the Force, and then just Rey blindsides him, and then, uh, well, I guess with Vader he wanted his son to join him, and that's why he never actually really tried to kill him. And then again with Maul, now he's like, join me. I'm gonna give you one last chance, and then she just flips him, and that's it.
yeah. I I noticed a few things in this episode that bothered me. That seemed like it was the sequel Disney Star Wars trying to like butt their way into our story a little
In
bit
this one,
in this one, and it's Maul using Kylo's little mind control thing, or like his mind reading technique. Like we've never seen Maul do that before. Okay, we've seen a lot of Maul in the Clone Wars. Um, we've
yeah.
never seen him do that. Kylo, I'm gonna search inside your
Oh, but
brain.
we've seen that in the Clone Wars before. Remember with Cad Bane, it took all of the Jedi to do that.
Right, it's just not something we've seen in Maul. You
Right.
know, and it screamed to me a little bit like a one for one out of Force Awakens. Like even to the fact where he holds his hand up, and the clone, the older clone, I forget his name now with the tattoo, putting his head back and screaming. It was very
Yeah.
similar to that.
Yeah.
Um, it also seemed like there was a lot of um, in that scene where Obi-Wan tells Ahsoka about Anakin going on a secret mission to spy on the Emperor,
Yeah.
or to spy on the Chancellor. Her lines are almost exactly what Anakin tells Obi-Wan during it. So, like, if you know that you're a hardcore Revenge of the Sith watcher, why would you have the lines be exactly the same almost as Anakin's reaction? It's like maybe it's to
Well,
say, oh,
because she's with Anakin. She agrees with him on everything, really. Almost.
it just felt like too much of an echo and not enough of a different perspective. You
Really?
know,
I didn't get that. I felt like it was really good in the sense that she and Anakin are really the only ones that kind of get it that the Jedi are a little too brainwashed with politics. That's
I get that part. The intention is fine.
but the
For me,
lines
it's
you
the
felt were too similar.
for me the actual execution of the lines I just thought were way too similar.
Oh, okay.
It's almost verbatim. It's almost a one for one. He's a mentor and and like a teacher. That's what's out of place
Well, I think
here.
they also have a responsibility to kind of bring a new generation in there and kind of explain things from Ahsoka's point of view as well. Whereas, for us, like we know, like Anakin always said he's a mentor, he's a friend, blah blah blah. But I guess Ahsoka's really like putting the nail in the coffin on that. That this is why Palpatine was able to do this, because he came across as such a uncle figure that Anakin, didn't realize that he was being coaxed into this new role.
Yeah, one scene that do that I watched it again today. It blows my mind. Is that scene when they're in that kind of throne room or like
With the
emperor
glass,
and the glass breaks
yeah,
and it's like slow motion all around
that
them.
was the coolest
Uh,
animation. It was nuts.
that it was beautiful.
They
It
all
was
did a really
absolutely
good job,
beautiful.
those guys. Yeah.
I mean, these last two episodes of Clone Wars have been excellent. They've been excellent. There's nitpicky things in there that bothered me, um, but and more in the second one than in the first one. But I can't wait for the third one.
Third one's gonna be awesome now that Order 66 happens. You're all going to burn! We're all going to die!
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
That's it. That's all I get from that. All right, fine. Let's read some super chats here. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Mavericks and Techno, thank you guys. State Basher says execute Order 66. Just joined. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Techno. Nicholas donates $50. He says, can you please do some reviews of Lego Star Wars sets? Keep up the good work. Sure, I can do that. I love doing that stuff. Italian Stallion, what up, man? Haven't seen you in a week.
Last time you did that Lego Star Wars thing, I remember you called me like at 3 in the morning. I don't know. I was like, why the hell is this guy calling me at 3 in the morning?
Oh, yeah.
And you had been working on that Star Wars. What was it like? It was like a Star Destroyer,
the Star Destroyer,
right?
dude. Oh my God, it was just blowing my mind. It was
It took you like 5 days
It
to
took
do.
me 5 days, like straight building. I was doing nothing else. I would wake up early in the morning, and I'd sleep at like 4 or 5 a.m. And then and I still didn't finish. I kind of
You
rushed the
still didn't
build.
finish it.
Oh, it took forever. But it was really fun, but it was really stressful at the same time to try and finish that so quickly. So I should have given it more time, but I didn't have any.
Somebody last week had a really cool question, and it got my brain spinning. Maybe it was on Twitter. If you want to follow us on Twitter at Marc Fernandez, and obviously SW Theory 66 or whatever it is. But somebody on Twitter was like, "What happens to the Bad Batch during Order 66?"
I know, right? Like, what the heck? I have no
Like,
idea. I was thinking of that. I'm like, I feel like they
the
would just not turn.
but like the chip is in their brain also, though, right?
Yeah, it would be. Unless they completely went rogue earlier before, well, yeah,
Because you can assume that the chip gets implanted into them when they're like
little babies.
fetuses.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I mean, well, then the chip would have to grow with them or something.
Because
Otherwise,
Boba Fett, you can believe, wouldn't be affected by Order 66 because as payment,
yeah,
Django asked as payment one clone
unaltered.
complete
Yeah,
unaltered.
yeah.
But actually that might be a plot hole, dude, because why would the Kaminoans tell um Django, okay, we gave you a clone without the chip? Like how would Django know that the chip is in or not in?
Probably doesn't even know about it. He just wanted
So
something
why
unaltered.
so why would the Kaminoans even honor that though?
I don't know. They did.
They all right, but you get what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like it's thought through the entire way, Because like
Unaltered.
he's like,
It's right there. They honored it. He's the template, so they probably worship him. He's bringing them
right.
all
So
that cash from Dooku.
so then the Kaminoans knew, like when Obi
Oh
Wan
yeah, they
went,
knew. Yeah,
they knew about Order 66
yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah.
because that alien lady who walks Obi Wan around the thing doesn't seem like she knows that these clones are being set to destroy the Jedi.
Tonwi. Yeah, it's a Tonwi or Samwi. I don't know. I forget which one's the guy. I think it's Samwi. I don't know. Whatever.
Right,
The
because
Wheeze.
like you don't get the impression that they know about this.
But they do know about it. We see that in the Clone Wars. That they have an idea that something fishy is going on with these inhibitor chips. Remember?
I don't remember. Is that early on in the Clone Wars?
Yeah, I think it's like season. I don't know. 4?
I don't
3?
remember that.
No, it's not early
I remember
on.
that. I gotta look into that.
Maybe season 2?
Hold on, episode that they.
Yeah. Here's hoping for Ahsoka and Maul vs. Order 66 clones. Thanks for all the entertainment, guys. Hey, thanks, Charlie. Did you catch the brief Duel of the Fates sound clip in the sewer at the beginning? Chills every time. Yeah, that was pretty cool when Ahsoka fights Maul. Will Anakin be a Sith if Qui-Gon was alive? No, I don't think so. This episode was gorgeous, right down to the music. Top 5 best fight scenes for me. How Filoni ties everything into Revenge of the Sith is pure perfection. I agree, Renetta. AJ says, if Ahsoka and Maul join forces and set out to kill Palp together, do you think she could get Anakin to side with them and turn against Palpatine? No.
Hold on, say that again.
No.
Say it again.
If Ahsoka and Maul team up together, would she be able to lure Anakin to the light side or to their side and try to kill Palpatine? No. Dude, Anakin didn't care, man. He just wanted to save Padme. He didn't care about Palpatine. He didn't care about the Jedi. He just wanted that one thing, and whoever would give it to him, he would join them. That was it.
He does. He does. Look, the last episode, not this one, but the one before, did a very good job in explaining, or not explaining, but in showing you how much Anakin cares about Ahsoka. Okay, so it's like a deep-rooted thing. Now, the fact that we are in the Order 66 territory, and we've seen Revenge of the Sith, and obviously in Revenge of the Sith, there's no mention or any hint of Ahsoka whatsoever.
Yeah.
Creates a strange duality of reality, you know. So you got to kind of squint your eyes a little bit and make believe that in Revenge of the Sith that Anakin knows Ahsoka, but the Anakin that we see in Clone Wars has evolved so much, and he's so different than the Anakin that you see in Revenge of the Sith that it's a little hard to blend those two things together. But that's why it's fun the way that they're doing it with these two battles that are happening on opposite sides of the universe or the galaxy, so that you can't really poke too many holes in it.
No, yeah, it's cool. I love that part because now when I watch Revenge of the Sith, I'm like thinking of Mandalore.
Right. And now look, you might get stuff where Ahsoka and Maul are running through the Jedi Temple, trying to avoid Anakin.
Yeah.
And like that,
Could you imagine?
like, yeah, and I think that could be awesome.
What if Maul goes to fight Anakin?
I mean, I'd love that, but like, there's no way Maul's. I mean, how many look? And then they were very smart to put in that Obi-Wan line. Be careful with Darth Maul. He's difficult to kill.
Right. Yeah.
Like they were very smart to
I've
put
killed
that
him
in
once
there.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very difficult to kill. So look, maybe Anakin does fight him. I doubt it. I think it's more going to be Maul and Ahsoka fighting next to each other.
Dude,
against
people
want to
see that. People want to see Maul fight Anakin like since forever, and we've never gotten that. And originally, Vader was the one who was supposed to kill Maul, not Obi-Wan. Did you know about that?
At this point, say it again.
Vader was supposed to kill Maul in Rebels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the original.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, look, I think the way that Maul dies in Rebels is very poetic. That's my favorite Rebels episode, the Twin Sons and everything. But I don't know, man. I think we're gonna get like, I don't know, man. I can't get over the weird curvy lightsabers, man. Like it bugs me, dude. Like I went back to the old episodes. It doesn't have that much motion blur.
I know what you mean, but I feel like you're missing the forest for the trees or whatever the expression is. I feel like whatever. It's let them have their curvy lightsabers, man. They're giving us awesome story, awesome animation. Everything else was dope, but yeah, I know what you mean. The curvy lightsabers are weird. I don't really. It's too animated almost in a world that they've created, which feels so real. I'm getting the mocap and this and that, and then they have like curvy Yeah, it's strange. It's like light whips.
Yeah, it's like light whips,
Yeah.
and and you're right, everything else is so crisp and beautiful and looks so great.
Yeah.
And then they're like, why mess around with the lightsabers, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, like I went back to old episodes. It's not like that, Like you look
Yeah.
at the motion blur in Revenge of the Sith when they're fighting.
Yeah.
It's not like that. They don't. The light doesn't curve.
No.
Like it bends a little bit, but it's not like. Anyway,
No.
whatever.
No. Does Ahsoka's do that too, or is it just Maul's? I'm thinking maybe because the
It's
it's
both of
so
those.
long. Okay. Yeah.
It's both of those.
Yeah. No.
And
Yeah. Oh
and
well.
Maul's looked a little bit thin. Maul's looked a little bit
Yeah.
thin, like
They're
a tooth.
they're they're thinning them out again.
You noticed that, right?
I
Like hers
did.
didn't look thin.
No.
Hers
Yeah.
looked normal.
Yeah.
Maul's looked.
I noticed that. Yeah. I'm not. I hate those thin lightsabers, man. I don't know why they did that in Rebels. It just looks very weird. But
Anyway, I don't want to look. I'm not complaining because I loved the episode. I thought it was great.
it was great. It was the best Clone Wars episode we've ever had. I think. It was
I don't know
just so
about that.
crazy.
I don't know about that. There's been some great Clone Wars episodes. Let's see how the next two roll out, so that we can look at it as like one little storyline, the Siege of Mandalore. But it looks the best. It's the best looking episode we've had
It's
so far.
true.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So if you think Order 66 is going to happen in episode 11, we got episode 12, so what's going to happen in that one? Vader?
I think I think episode 12 is going to be Ahsoka, Rex, and Maul escaping um, and going into their own little separate hiding places. I think
And
we're also going to see Obi-Wan taking the baby to Tatooine, perhaps.
okay.
I think we'll see Obi-Wan in Tatooine. I think we'll see Obi-Wan in
Yeah, I was thinking
Tatooine,
that.
maybe hinting at what's going to happen in the Obi-Wan series, which if we ever get it, I think you're going to see Rex and Ahsoka escape, and I think you're going to see Maul escape. And those are the characters that I think it'll focus on.
I just want
Do
to see
you think?
Maul and Anakin fight. That'd be cool. Or at least like see Anakin in the temple.
Oh,
That would be the coolest thing.
yeah, I want to see Anakin in the Darth Vader suit.
You know what? I don't even think they'll. I'm not even sure if they'll show Anakin doing Order 66 in Clone Wars because we have
I don't
this.
think they will.
I don't think they will either, man. I think we'll just kind of like know about it, but it won't actually be seen.
Yeah, it's which is pretty effective. I like that in this episode. Like him talking about what Anakin did. And you kind of like you you putting all the pieces together in your own head about what went down and seeing like the disappointment in Obi-Wan Kenobi's face was pretty fucking cool. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Oh,
Sorry. I was doing so good. I was doing so good.
oh. Anyways, Ahsoka's character development has been perfect. I agree, Captain Marc. Just bought a hat. Hey, thanks, Timothy. Which hat? I agree. There are more. Their next move will be against the Senate. John, you know what else we haven't seen? We haven't seen any of the Jedi, really. We've seen Mace Windu in the beginning. That's about it. The first arc.
Right. Yeah, yeah. We haven't seen any of the other Jedi, like some of the ones like that end up getting slaughtered by Palpatine and stuff like that. But look, it's fine. This has been. We had the Bad Batch, then we had the Ahsoka and the sisters, and
Your favorite arc.
yeah, which I didn't love that arc, and now we got the Siege of Mandalore,
But you
which is
see
an
how it
awesome
provides
arc.
some of that character development for Ahsoka, right?
I think Ahsoka's had incredible amounts of character development.
Yeah,
Like
we probably are.
that character development wasn't stronger than the character development of her being sort of betrayed by her best buddy.
That's true.
Like that to me, that was an incredible arc with like Anakin Skywalker kind of becomes like a detective.
Right.
You
But I feel
know?
like if we didn't have that arc, then if Bo just came out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, we need your help," she's gonna be like, "No, screw you. I'm not a Jedi anymore."
Yeah, yeah, no, no, for sure, for sure. Um, it
But it
it,
was
it
definitely
adds
slow, for
context.
sure.
Yeah,
I just, you know what? It's just the sisters were annoying.
it adds context. It
That was
adds
that was my
context.
only. That was it. They were just yeah. Hey
Yeah,
man, I
but
love the
that
content. Yeah.
that episode where Anakin starting to realize that he thinks I forget her name right now, but that she was the one that was doing everything and not Ahsoka. And he walks into her room. I forget her name.
Barris.
Eris
Barris. Barris
Barris.
Offee.
And he walks into her room and
Yeah.
he takes her
Yeah.
sabers. You know,
Yeah.
that's such a great episode, man. That's such
Yeah.
a great
It
episode.
was. I love the content and all the fanfics you've made. Question: do you think we'll see bits of Operation Nightfall in episode 11? Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll see Order 66. I mean, Dave Filoni's even said that we will if he's going to come back to the show. So I just don't know if we'll see Anakin. In the next episode, oh, if the next episode is Order 66, what do you guys think episode 12 will cover? Maybe part of the. Oh, we guess we covered this full on Vader time. Yeah, but I think also a lot of Mandalore stuff.
And like I also think a lot of stuff about what happens to the other characters. You know, like I do think that we're gonna see Obi-Wan in Tatooine. I do think we're gonna see how Rex gets away so that they can connect why Rex is around in Rebels.
Yeah.
I do think that they'll connect how Ahsoka gets away from Order 66. Um, and I think that that's what episode 12 is about. I think episode 11 is Ahsoka uh, and Maul escaping Order 66.
Hmm.
And I think episode 12 is Order 66 happened.
Yeah.
Anakin Anakin has already been defeated by Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's like one last engagement between Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. Obi-Wan goes off to Tatooine. Ahsoka now carries this burden in her, in her head, and it plays out like that. So that's my prediction for 11 and 12.
It'll be interesting to see how this will play out because remember, Ahsoka already lost her sabers on Mandalore. Also, can I hop in on that war zone with y'all? Sure. Sid 5. Why was Maul's lightsaber so thin? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see that.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's like an animation thing, I guess. They're really gunning for those thin ones. Hey there, if
Well, like
orders. Yeah.
the original Ralph McQuarrie concept art for the lightsabers had them very thin,
Yeah.
you know, and I think that in Rebels, I've heard interviews that were inspired by the original Ralph McQuarrie art to try to create the sabers thinner or whatever. It was a stylistic choice, not my favorite choice, but it was a stylistic choice, and you eventually kind of get a little bit used to it. But in yesterday or in this last episode, Ahsoka's sabers seem normal and Maul's seems thin,
Yeah.
and then the light whip stuff started happening. And you're right, the like the fight moves were so awesome,
It was
and
so
like
real because it was mocap.
yeah, and Maul did his whole thing where he did like the jump and everything. But anyway, look, it's one tiny nitpick.
Luke says Rex joins the Empire between Clone Wars and Rebels.
Does he?
Not that I know of. I think Asajj Ventress is such an underrated character in my opinion. She's so cool, and I like her character to go from Dooku's apprentice to Dooku's enemy to working with Boba to and helping Obi-Wan. Yeah, and then kind of having a thing with Quinlan Voss. I think she's
I,
definitely a cool character. Yeah.
1,000% agree. I think Asajj Ventress is one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars. She is awesome.
Curvy lightsabers are the animation style of showing the movement. Yeah, I mean, what do I know? I'm not an animation guy. I just thought they looked funny. I hope Anakin sees. Yeah, but you can do that with motion blur. You can, you know,
Yeah,
you draw the
yeah.
paths
Look,
and
it's changed a little bit. It wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that.
yeah, whatever. I hope Anakin sees Ahsoka in the Jedi Temple and they lock eyes and Anakin lets her run. Ooh,
I like that. I like that a lot.
imagine that. No,
There
because
has to be one Ahsoka Anakin moment before this all ends.
I don't think there will be. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, who knows? But I don't think so because
because if not, the next time they see each other is in Rebels,
yeah,
which is totally plausible too.
because she feels him on the ship, right?
She feels him on the ship, and then then she confronts him. She fights him.
I wish they skipped the sister arc, showed Maul's arc. Oh, yeah. No, I just wish they would add Son of Dathomir. By the way, issue number 3 coming out tomorrow, so make sure you guys watch that. And then issue number 4 on Thursday, and then the breakdown for episode 11 on Friday. By the way, I love your channels. Thanks, JLDS. Love you guys. Longtime fan. You've helped inspire me to launch my new channel, Cineforce. About to start a saga. Okay, cool. Thanks, Gateway. Think they'll show anything to do with what the galaxy is told about Anakin's death and maybe how Ahsoka reacts? Only person who knows is Obi-Wan.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know, man. You just gave me an idea, though. Are the curvy lightsabers the light simpers?
Yeah, that's
It's
what
like
it is.
it's
Light
the
simpers.
light sips.
I told you to come to this. The Sims are
Yeah,
taking over.
the Sims are taking
They'll
over.
show anything to do with what the galaxy is told about Anakin's death and maybe how Ahsoka reacts. Only person who knows is Obi-Wan. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I don't think Ahsoka will know. I don't think... Because no one puts 2 and 2 together that Anakin is Vader. They're just like, who's this new apprentice to the Emperor? Like, who is this guy? They never...
Yeah, but then so then what? Then
Well, if they would
Obi-Wan
see...
killed Anakin?
Yeah, well, if they would see... Well, no, they don't know that. They think Anakin died during Order 66. They think he died a hero.
Who does?
The galaxy. That's what the Empire says about Anakin. That he died during Order 66.
And what source are you getting that from?
Legends.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, they don't have it for canon yet.
And where in Legends?
It was from... It's like a video I made 3 years ago. There was a game. It was the Revenge of the Sith game, and you had to actually do Operation Nightfall.
It's a great game.
Clone.
It's a great game. It was actually made by a company called The Collective, which I worked with. They made one of my games. They made a game that I did called Getting Up. It was the same developer did the Revenge of the Sith game, and it was actually a very cool game. The Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Very fun fighting mechanics.
Yeah. So, anyways, and like you get to go through the temple and all this stuff as a clone, and it's kind of like explaining it from a clone's point of view. It's like, I remember that night very well. It was dark and mysterious and blah blah blah, and it was just a very ominous scene. It was very cool to actually play a part of that. But, anyways, somewhere in there, or maybe it was a comic. I don't know. All this stuff melts together. But anyways, the Empire basically said that Anakin died as a hero in Operation Nightfall in Order 66. And the only reason, which still confuses me to this day, why the clones didn't kill Anakin because he was a Jedi, is because they were taking orders from the higher up. They were taking orders from the Emperor, from the Supreme Chancellor.
I mean, the clones didn't kill Anakin because Anakin was their general. He was their master. He was their commander.
Yeah, but he was a Jedi. I mean, Cody turned on Obi-Wan.
Right,
so
right. But
the only reason they didn't is because the Emperor, and it just like hints at this. It just says like we're just taking orders from the new Supreme Chancellor or something. They said. Anyways, they're just taking orders from the Emperor, and I guess one of those orders is that like you're not to kill Anakin because he's...
Well, yeah, one of those orders is this is Darth Vader. This is Lord Vader.
This is not Anakin anymore. This is Vader. So
yeah.
Execute Order Simp.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, Sympathy 6. That makes sense to me. You know what I struggle with is that according to the movies, let's just talk about the movies, all right? And the canon that we know from Rebels, I guess, and Clone Wars. Anakin Skywalker is seen killing Jedi at the temple, okay, and was part of that. You know, he turns to the dark side, and he turned to the dark side and was killed by Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah,
and that's it. This new Darth Vader guy that comes out, nobody really connects the dots that is also Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah,
they think Anakin Skywalker dies
until apparently in Legends where Obi-Wan sees or sees a hologram of Vader in a bar on Tatooine.
And then what he knows it's him, or because he hears the name.
No, because no one says Anakin. They just, oh yeah, because they hear the name.
Right, because he
Yeah,
does know that he's Darth Vader because he sees the hollow image of
of
the
Vader.
Emperor saying, he's,
He doesn't say Vader there, does he?
he says Darth Vader. He's I now pronounce you Darth Vader. I think in Revenge of the Sith, he says, "Yeah, I now pronounce you
I
Darth
know the scene you're
Vader."
talking about, but I don't think he actually says. Does he?
Yeah, yeah, he says, yeah, yeah. I think he says Darth Vader. I
Hmm.
think so. Maybe
Because
not.
that scene is from the Chancellor's office. It wouldn't be in the temple.
It was when he was getting christened Darth Vader. When he was getting like, it's that scene where he's on his knees.
No, that scene was him in the temple. You have done well, Lord Vader. Go to the Mustafar system. That's what it was. I don't think it was. I gotta see this. It's bugging me now.
Yeah, bring it up, boys. Bring it up in Revenge of the Sith. Always a good excuse to bring up Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, he does. He says, yeah, he says, "Rise, Lord Vader."
Does he?
Everybody's
Okay.
saying it. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right then.
yeah, yeah. Everybody's saying it in the chat. Um, so that's what the canon story says. Anakin Skywalker, okay, was turned to the dark side, attacked the Jedi Temple. Obi-Wan Kenobi defeats him on Mustafar.
Mhm.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of him. Then the Emperor brings on a new apprentice named Darth Vader, a mysterious Darth Vader that they don't know who the like where he came from, and it's only Obi-Wan Kenobi who knows that Anakin is Vader. Obi-Wan knows Anakin is Vader from the beginning. He never doesn't know.
Well, Yoda says it too.
Yeah, yeah. There's never a mystery about Obi-Wan not knowing who Darth Vader is. He always knows. He just doesn't know that he's alive.
Yeah,
Maybe
but then when he sees that he's alive and knows that this no,
he
what I
knows
mean
that
is
it's him.
this masked the guy in the masked suit, the black suit is Anakin. Because
Right.
someone shows a hologram of him in Legends in a cantina somewhere in like a bar.
And then like then the only way he would know is that if somebody said this guy's name is Darth Vader, then he
Yeah,
would
some
say,
guy
"Oh,
was like, "Have you seen like the Chancellor's new whatever apprentice or something like that?" I don't think he says apprentice because that would imply he's a Sith Lord, but the Emperor's new. I don't know. And he says it's his name is Lord Vader,
so then right there he would know immediately
and
who it is."
yeah.
Yeah. So Obi Wan Kenobi, Obi Wan Kenobi, Bail Organa, and Yoda all know that Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader. That's for a fact.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
We solved the mystery.
We didn't solve anything. They won't see each other again until she won't know for sure Anakin is Vader because of Rebels. Rex, yeah. Rex will outthink his chip. Ahsoka is not a Jedi. Will you do more fan fictions after Yeah, dude, I'm waiting until season 7 ends and then I'm going to do a fan fiction. What if Anakin went to Mandalore and what if Maul killed Anakin? Having them lock eyes wouldn't make sense continuity-wise. However, Anakin could see Ahsoka running around and refusing to pursue her is 100% plausible. That would be really, really cool.
Yeah, you have to have that moment where they're in proximity of each other again, as the sort of poetic send off. Because or you can take the last episode, not this one, but the one before, as the poetic send off because it was pretty poetic, with
You could even
Anakin giving her the sabers and all that
you
stuff.
could even maybe see Anakin just robed from the back, and he like stops and senses Ahsoka.
Did you say disrobed?
No, I said robed. You could see Anakin.
I was like, what
What
the
the hell
hell?
are you talking about, dude?
Anakin disrobed from the back? I was like, yo, dude, I didn't know you liked Anakin that much, brother.
I love Anakin, bro. Yeah, not like that though. Yeah, you see him robed from the back, like a
Right.
back shot from his
Of
back.
him. There you go. That's my prediction. They're gonna be Ahsoka and Maul,
Yeah.
or maybe just Ahsoka, are gonna be in one of those towers in front of the Jedi Temple. Okay, and they're gonna look down, and you're gonna see Anakin walking with the clones into the temple,
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
like the like that
But
famous scene. Like,
what I was thinking is him a shot from the back, just his robes and cloak and hood up, and he senses Ahsoka, and he's walking down the hall. Yeah, he's disrobed. Yeah, we got naked Anakin running through Order 66. Just,
Right.
oh, jeez. Oh, God. And
I
and he stops and he senses Ahsoka, and then she's like hiding behind a door or something like that, and then she just like
yeah.
runs away. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. So look, somehow you will see Ahsoka.
Anakin thick. Disrobed. Hashtag disrobed. That's the new one. Oh
that,
God.
yeah, that's the new one for today.
That's the new
Disrobed.
one. Hashtag disrobed. Remember it.
The cloak up, baby. Um, yeah, dude. Somehow, Ahsoka will see Anakin in this next
That'd be
episode.
really
Either this
cool.
one or the one after
Yeah,
that.
I'd love to see that.
It's really cool. Look, I love the fact that the Siege of Mandalore sort of mini series or mini movie is taking place in parallel with the events of our beloved Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
That to me warms my Star Wars love and heart to no end, and I'm pretty psyched about that. So it's like, even if I don't love everything about it, the fact that it's paying such like homage to Revenge of the Sith and treating that story with such respect makes me very, very
Well,
happy.
that's because it's
You
Dave
know?
Filoni.
Yeah, and it looks beautiful, man. It
You know,
absolutely looks
you don't have
gorgeous.
just some talented director or writer. You have a
Except for
talented
the
director or writer that knows Star Wars.
yeah.
What's this?
What do you think?
Simp?
No, the
Oh, the
curvy
curved
lights,
lights. Oh, the curvy light. Yeah. I thought it was like a shrimp or something.
the whips, disrobed. Everybody's going off in
I
disrobed.
love it. They should animate and the unfinished Clone Wars arcs. Yeah, they should. That's what we talked about in last week's Rule of Two. You can go check it out if you haven't. As Ahsoka isn't a Jedi, would Order 66 apply to her as it's the order for clones to kill their Jedi generals? No, it's the order for clones to just kill every single Jedi. So I think anyone who's a Force user, pretty much. That's probably why they go after Maul as well.
Yeah, and like that was my favorite part of this episode was Maul kind of knowing what's going on, but not really understanding it completely, but almost putting all the pieces together. And it seemed like he knew what he was talking about, but it was still a little fuzzy. But he knew that there was going to be a massive shift in power, and that what he was trying to do now with Mandalore was becoming increasingly irrelevant, and that he had to find a new way to survive in this new galaxy. And he didn't know all the details, but you could tell that he was piecing it together real time. And I thought that that was pretty amazing. And I got to give it up again. I know I'm a fanboy, but I got to give it up for Sam Witwer. Just an amazing, amazing
Yeah, he did a really
performance.
great job. I'm rewatching the last fight scene right now. I just want to see if his lightsaber falls because I can't remember. Oh yeah, it does. Oh my God, his lightsaber's gone. Oh well.
His lightsaber's gone,
Yeah,
huh?
it's gone. Totally falls off. Yep.
What what about Ahsoka's?
Yeah, hers are gone too.
Hers
They're
are gone
both
too, right?
lightsaberless. But she doesn't really. She uses his lightsaber to cut the beam that he's standing on, and then she jumps out of the way. So she just kind of throws him off balance. Yeah, and then holds him in the air.
I thought it was pretty cool how they
Mm.
captured him and sort of tied him up, you know?
Yeah, that was neat. You're all going to Ben. It was the best. It was the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess he makes a new lightsaber again. New Battlefront 2 skin, disrobed Anakin. We do not grant you the rank of robed. You are disrobed, my lord, Mace Windu. 100% we hear
Disrobed.
Palp say, Rise, Lord Vader. Kenobi watches on the security recordings hologram. Loving these streams, guys. Watching while working. Hey, have a good work shift, man. If you guys were rewriting episode 3, how would you handle Anakin's turn if wanting to preserve the surprise of Vader's reveal in Empire Strikes Back? Would you include any Ahsoka? I wouldn't touch episode 3. That
I would. I would touch
I
episode three.
wouldn't touch episode 3.
I'll tell you what I would do with episode three. I would show
What, disrobe Anakin?
no, no. When Anakin is walking into the Jedi Temple, I would have a group of Jedi Temple guards, and I would have three or four like full Jedi Masters fighting him, and I would make that an epic lightsaber fight before his fight with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
him walking into the youngling's room and saying, "Master Skywalker," and then him busting out the lightsaber. It's mean. It's kind of cool, but it's not the Darth Vader annihilating the Jedi that we were always promised since the 80s.
That's
You know,
true.
like Darth Vader eradicated the Jedi.
That's true.
That was always,
I would have
and
loved to
like
have
I
seen that.
wish,
Yeah.
yeah, we should have gotten that. Um, we would have, it would have added 10, 15 minutes to the movie, but they get into the Jedi Temple. At first, there's a wave of Jedi Temple guards with those yellow lightsabers, messes them up, goes in. The librarian is there. I forget her
Joe
name.
Costa knew.
Uh, yeah, she's in there. He takes her out. Three other
So
Jedi jump
basically,
on
the
him,
video
takes
game,
them out. So
because
like
they do that in the video game.
Anakin actually, Anakin actually taking out some Jedi. I would change that in Revenge of the
I agree
Sith.
with that. Yeah, 100%. I'd love to see Ahsoka in there too, but she could be off on a side mission. At least we could see a hologram of her.
I love to see Ahsoka, and I think he meets Ahsoka in between the events of 2 and 3, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's like right after Clones, right?
Yeah, like after the clones are made and introduced to the Republic.
Right, because in you know what, I've never seen the Clone Wars, the animated film. I still
I
have yet
can't
to see
remember.
it
I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
because they're obviously that's how they're introduced in that film.
Yeah.
Like Yoda gives Anakin an
Yeah,
apprentice.
Plo Koon finds Ahsoka when she's a little baby. She's a little girl.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably cute as
She was
hell.
so cute, man.
Yeah, it's like a tiny, cute little
Yeah.
Ahsoka. Ahsoka's a great character. I love
Little
Ahsoka. I
Togruta.
know Ahsoka gets a lot of hate out there, but I like
She
Ahsoka's
does?
character a lot.
What?
Oh, she gets a lot of
From
hate.
who?
Ahsoka gets a lot of hate. I mean, look, I'm not going to start naming names, but Ahsoka gets a lot
Who
of
the
hate.
hell hates on
You
her,
know,
man?
but I like Ahsoka a lot. Like I think that that's the Clone Wars' greatest achievement is making Ahsoka such an integral part of the Star Wars canon.
Yeah.
Um, I also attribute Clone Wars for making Asajj Ventress such an important part of canon for me. I love Asajj. Cad Bane, I think Cad Bane's another great character.
Boba
Um,
Fett's supposed to kill him.
yeah, Clone Wars is one of my favorite cartoons I've ever watched, like ever. It's really freaking cool.
Any speculation on the leaked Mandalorian titles? I don't know if they're real. I mean, they're just speculations and don't really know where they come from. I put it up on my website as an article, but I didn't make a video about it because it's so we don't know. You know, what do you think about it, Mark?
I haven't heard them. I asked some of my writers and some of my reporters on that on the site if they can try to get some confirmation that they're real.
Hmm.
Everything's come back negative so far,
Yeah,
so I haven't even looked at it because I haven't given it any
yeah,
credence yet.
yeah.
You know,
What do you think of Anakin and Ahsoka's reunion? I thought it was properly bittersweet. Yeah, I mean it was quick and it was to the point, and it showed Ahsoka's arc that she loves Anakin, as her mentor and everything, but she's there for business, and she'll even tell him to be quiet for a minute, and that they got to get down to the nitty gritties of what's happening. Did Darth Maul know Sidious is the Chancellor?
it's a great question. It's a great question. It's a great question. We don't know. We don't know. We don't even know for sure that Dooku knew.
Of course, Dooku knew.
You think 1,000%?
Yeah, and Revenge of the Sith especially.
I mean, it's obvious in Revenge of the Sith that he would like when he says "kill him, do it
Well,
now." That he looks at him
there
like,
was a
"Yo, what are you
whole
doing?"
conversation right before that, before they showed up, where Palpatine's just in the chair and Dooku's talking to him in the book. And he's like, I don't want you to kill Anakin. I don't want you to go full force. I just want you to test him and let him arrest you. And then that's it. Then your part is done.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like,
Look,
oh, I
Dooku,
can't wait
Dooku.
to stop playing the villain.
in Duke, look, if you just look at the movies, forget the books, okay? Because
Yo,
like
Oliver, man, like
people
I
say that
already covered that, dude. I already covered that like 20 minutes ago. I don't know why you keep typing it. So
what
he just keeps
what
retyping the same thing. I've already addressed this like 20, 30 minutes. We've known we would get Order 66 since 2016. Lol, Dave Filoni mentioned. It's like, yes, dude, I mentioned that literally like half an hour ago. So I don't know why you keep
okay.
spamming
So
it.
look, but in the movie, all right, all we have like look, it's always upsetting to me when you got to read the books to understand the movies. Like, forget that. Let's just look at the movies, okay? Forget the novels and the comic books and all that stuff. In the movies, all we have is a look between Dooku and the Chancellor, okay? Um, Now, you can imagine that Dooku does know that the Chancellor is Palpatine, okay? From that look, right? Because that look, it's exposition, right? It tells you he knows like there's something else going on. There's another level to the
But he's
scene.
known even in episode two
With,
when he said Darth Sidious has been playing both parts of the war
right,
to Obi
but
Wan.
like right. Does he tell that to Obi-Wan both parts of the war?
Yeah,
Is that a line from the
he says
movie?
he's been
I don't
playing
remember
both
that
parts.
line.
He's known this since like the beginning, pretty much. And in the Plagueis book, Palpatine eventually starts talking to him about the Sith slowly, and he just wants to see what Dooku kind of says about it because Dooku has these like he just wants to do his own thing. So then Palpatine starts coaxing him, and
All right.
Sidious
So
comes
yeah. So
around.
look, Dooku knows, but we don't know for sure that Maul knows. It's a great question.
Yeah, I'm confused about that. I can't remember if Maul actually does know or not.
I mean, look, there's no, nothing in the movies that like hints
Well, it
that
wouldn't
he
be in the
knows.
movies. It would be. I'm trying to think. I don't know actually. Your guys' opinion on the female-centric era? Says social sci-fi. It's a heavy question. Um,
Look, I think if it's a genuine, I don't know, man.
got
Like
no problem. I
to
got no
me,
problem with what gender they are as long as it's a good story. I mean, we love Ahsoka, we love Asajj Ventress, we love Mara Jade. I don't care, you know.
yeah,
Pardon my French. I don't
like
care what's between the legs. I just care if they're a cool character and they're relatable to humans. You know, they're just not this
yeah,
all
like
powerful.
you look. We all know that you will watch anybody get disrobed. Okay,
Especially Anakin.
that's yeah, especially Anakin. But here's my take on it. I actually think that these new movies are less female centric than the old ones and the Clone Wars. Like, we talked about this before. It's like these characters are a little bit backwards. Rey is not a feminine character. She's just a woman, but she doesn't have any traits inherent in her that say she's a woman. Like if you close your eyes and you couldn't see that she's a woman, and you couldn't tell whether her voice was masculine or feminine, you couldn't say, "Oh, that's a woman." She doesn't have traits that say that's a
Right.
woman. Padme and Leia both have needs and requirements attributable to being a woman. They're like Ray.
Well, but that's what they're trying to do is they're changing the script on what feminism on what being feminine is uh
By not making it
for the
feminine,
last hundreds of years, yeah. By
by
changing.
having no feminine qualities whatsoever.
Right, well, they're rewriting the feminine qualities. The feminine qualities are being a warrior, being um, an aimbot. Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's the thing is that
I
you
don't know.
don't need to get rid of your feminine qualities in order to be a strong female lead or in order to be
Well, if you
a
get rid of your
warrior.
feminine qualities, then you're no longer a
You're
woman.
not a woman anymore. So
So look, there's this new show that was announced by the writer and or the co-creator of that Russian doll show
right,
on Netflix, which you haven't seen. The show is
I haven't
excellent.
seen the
It's an
show. I don't know
excellent
what it's
show.
about.
It's it's really really good. It's kind of like it's a Groundhog Day. It's basically like Groundhog Day. This girl kind of goes over the same day over and over and over again or
Okay.
whatever, right? So it's basically Groundhog Day. But it's really funny, really clever, really well written. Um, and they're doing a new Star Wars show
Yeah, and she's
about
the
it.
yeah.
Yeah. But then like I saw this amazing meme on this announcement. And the meme was Darth Maul and it
Oh
said,
yeah, 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 yeah,
it said Ahsoka, I was expecting
yeah,
Obi-Wan.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Like,
they announced that show and they're like, why are you here? I was expecting
wait.
Kenobi. Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting Kenobi. Like, give us
Yeah,
more
like we don't
info
care
on
about these
Kenobi.
random shows that have no titles and are just like done by someone else that who has
Right.
made something else. Like we don't give us that. We want what we want, which is
Yeah,
Kenobi.
we
Tell
don't
us about
care about
Kenobi.
that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was
I
expecting
was
Kenobi.
expecting Kenobi. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, look, man, we're starting to run out of time here, but the listeners have been so great today. We got 2,300 people in the
Oh wow,
chat.
we do. Yeah.
What's
Hey,
up?
why do we only have
What's
1,100
up,
likes?
all?
Every single one of you hit like right now. We need that. We need those likes to push this podcast through. Would you like to
Well, let's take some
see?
questions, man. I want to get some
Would you like
questions.
to
I want to
see
get some
Karen
questions.
Gillian as Mara Jade? Who's Karen Gillan? Who's that? Do you know that? Do you know her? Karen Gillan.
Yeah,
I want
Karen.
to see Scarlett
Is that
Johansson as Mara Jade.
no, dude? No. First of all, you haven't even read the Zahn trilogy.
I just want to see Mara Jade.
So how do you even know who Mara Jade is? Just because you're Star Wars theory?
What do you mean? I don't know. How do I know who Mara Jade is? What the hell?
I mean, but you get that in those books is where she's introduced and really like she's a really complicated character, man. Like, do you know her backstory?
Yes, she did literally everything. She was a bounty hunter. She danced in Jabba's palace for a little bit. She's
Yeah, she's
the
badass,
hand to the Emperor, and then she became Luke's wife.
right? But
She's
so
the coolest character.
in the second book called the last no, it's called Dark Force Rising, the second book. Um, Mara Jade Mara Jade hates Luke Skywalker, absolutely hates him because she blames him for killing her master before her master could give her all of the teachings that she required,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because she was an apprentice to
Mm-hmm.
Palpatine,
Yep.
right? So she friggin' hates him. And when they first meet each other, you know this a little bit about like there's this amazing dramatic irony between them that she pretends when she meets Luke um, that she's not a Jedi, that she knows nothing about the Force, that she doesn't know anything,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But the whole time, that like she's just waiting for the right moment to like slit his throat,
Yeah.
it's a anyway. It's a really cool book. I mean, it's been like 25 years since I read that book. It's the second book is the one where Mara Jade and Luke get stuck in that planet. Um, it's really cool, man. It's really cool. So, but thinking about it from that perspective, she was a redhead, right? Which I guess Scarlett Johansson can play, right? But she was very thin. Like in the book, she's described as being very like athletic and
Oh, that
thin.
won't work then.
Um, so it's like I'm thinking like somebody like Rooney Mara, like kind of like that.
Maybe like a
Um,
young Sigourney Weaver.
all right, let's not do any castings right now. All right, let's take some more questions. I want to hear some questions, man.
Would Ahsoka live through Order 66 if she stayed? Would Anakin have it in him to kill her? This would be before killing the kids. No, I don't think he'd be able to kill Ahsoka. Did they talk about if Anakin is still the chosen one since the Emperor came back and Rey killed him? Isn't she technically the chosen one? It doesn't really make sense. Well, he was the chosen one for his time, and then he says bring balance to the Force as I did. So now she has to bring balance to the Force by
So, oh, dude, sorry, man. I have to bring this up. I have to bring this up. Okay, this is my only sequel bashing I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm sorry, but it's coming. Here it comes. On May the 4th, The Rise of Skywalker is going on Disney Plus.
right. Yeah.
Okay, which it's pretty cool. Everybody should be excited about
Yeah.
that. Um, So Star Wars released on Instagram a video
Yeah.
of the Skywalker saga. It's like a
Yeah.
montage of the Skywalker saga. Okay, like a 2 minute little cut of the whole Skywalker saga put into like a little
Right.
video. And it's so obvious that any of the sequel stuff just makes zero sense inside that montage. They can't even cut it together. They literally can't even
Well,
cut it
what I noticed
together.
were the comments, man. It was like 8,000 comments, and 99% of them were just very bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. The comments are. I mean, the
Yeah.
comments are hilarious. If you guys want to like just see the state of Star Wars, like look at the comments on that thread. I mean,
Well, we were
it's
talking about it
bad.
earlier. We just feel like Star Wars is kind of like it's on life support. Like it's basically Star Wars right now is at least sequel trilogy wise or Skywalker saga is like Palpatine in Episode 9. Like they're just it's hanging on. It's hanging on
Yeah.
for dear life.
Look, but thank God for Clone Wars. Thank God for
Yep.
Mandalorian because those two things are
Thank God for
awesome.
Dave Filoni, John Favreau,
Yeah,
George Lucas,
yeah.
and all the other amazing
He's nothing
minds
special.
behind there. In The Rise of Skywalker, why is it sketchy that Poe knows how to hotwire a speeder? He's an ace pilot. I would think any pilot in this galaxy would know how to do that. I didn't know it was sketchy.
I agree with that. I think that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Was it sketchy? I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. Why not a
Look,
Sith
first of
show?
all,
Scarlett Johansson is fit and athletic. She is, but she's not.
you know what? Like, you know what? Actually, that's not bad casting, dude. Like, now that I think about it, that that could be a pretty cool
I just
casting.
like Scarlett Johansson. That's.
I'm with you. I'm with you on this one.
Hey,
I'm with you on
Theory,
the
what
Scarlett
if
Johansson.
in the Clone Wars finale we got to see Maul trying to face Vader because in Rebels he said he couldn't face him alone, implying that they have fought before? That would be legendary. It'd be really cool, man. Like, if they show Maul and Anakin coming face to face, I would freak out. I'd be sitting in my chair just like,
Yeah. I just hope the episode's longer than 28 minutes,
I
man.
thought they were going to be 40, man.
Who said that? Was
I
it
think
you
it
who
was
said
you
that?
who said that, and I ran with it.
No, dude. It wasn't me who said that. I never said that.
Someone said that, and I
Was
ran
it
with it.
was it was it Sam Whitwer who said that?
No, he didn't say that.
I think you told me
He
that,
didn't say
dude.
anything
You
about
got
the
me all
Clone Wars
excited.
except that it's going to be very exciting.
You got me all pumped up on the
I know.
45-minute
Hey, they
episodes.
were longer though. They were like, remember they were like 19 minutes before the credits, and then now
Right,
they're like
right.
26. So, you got an extra 6 minutes, Mark. There you go. You're welcome.
Maybe the whole thing together, like it's like an hour and a half or
Well,
something.
yeah, I heard that the last 4 episodes were supposed to be like 40 minutes each. Where the hell did I hear this from? Did I just
I think you just
maybe I
made it
just
up,
made it
dude.
up, dude, and I just believed it.
Yeah, but, like you were
Your
imagining
thoughts
Anakin
betray you.
disrobing.
Oh God, dude, you're never gonna let that go, are you? Uh,
Oh god, when we're playing
should we go
Warzone
play
late, I'm just gonna be
Warzone? You want to
talking
end the
about
stream
that.
and play Warzone?
Yeah,
What do you think of
probably.
Ahsoka
But
getting
anyway, man.
knocked out 17 times as storytelling? I think it happened far
What?
too much without real repercussions and was done cuz. What do you think of Ahsoka getting knocked out 17? Oh, oh, right. Yeah, because she always gets captured and electrocuted.
So
Yeah.
it's a cartoon, you know. I mean, but look, um, I don't know, man. I think Ahsoka has really come into her own this season. You know, like last season, I thought Ahsoka's arc was actually a little bit more meaningful to me. Like her, like being sort of wrongfully accused of something that she didn't do, and like people not giving her the benefit of the doubt. Like to me, that was really deep. You know,
Yeah.
and like it was an awesome arc. But I think this season, like it's been good, man. You know, it's been really good. It's been really good. I'm very happy with what's happened these last few episodes.
Who here remembers the famous line, Luke, I am your father? It's actually, no, I am your father. Mandela effect, everyone quotes it. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing is that everyone thinks that it's Luke, I am your father, but it's actually no.
All right, hold on. All right, I'm gonna look up this Karen Gillan.
Okay.
Hold on.
Karen, yeah, that's the second one we've had about that. Will we get closure on Cad Bane? In what form? Apparently Boba's supposed to kill Cad Bane. in like a unfinished episode or something like that. I'm disappointed we didn't get to see Dooku again. That would have been cool. And I guess
Yeah, Karen
we're
Gillan
not seeing
looks
Maul
a.
or Grievous. That's it.
Karen Gillan could be. Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that.
They probably didn't even rig Grievous when they made him. Hey, he was just standing there for that like 1 second, and that was it. Because that's all he is in this whole season.
I know.
Probably just
Just
drew him
like
in, and that was it.
a still image.
Oh well. Oh well. What do you want in Ahsoka's entry scene in Mando? Oh, I just want her to be like,
Mando.
Mando, get the fob.
I don't know, what do I want, man. I want her to be introduced in the same way that Obi-Wan deals with the cantina. You know, the first time you see Obi-Wan in the cantina, it's like some seedy thing, somebody's causing trouble, and then here she comes and she slices somebody's arm off with a lightsaber.
Yeah,
You know, like, negotiations with a lightsaber.
aggressive negotiate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should the fan base be splitting up the Skywalker saga? Your opinions? Is it okay to disregard a trilogy, or should we appreciate it all as a whole? No, it's okay to disregard. Yeah, it's fine. Do it. Do what you want to do.
Yeah. Look, for the record, I've completely
Yeah.
disregarded 7 through 9. 7 through 9 to me are not canon. Like I know you think they are canon, but like they're not. To me they don't make any sense. If anything, I actually think I can live with 7, 8, 9 if 9 is Duel of the Fates.
I just think they missed a lot of opportunities. That's all. But we've beaten that horse to death. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've beaten that
I would
horse.
have liked to have seen Luke and Han and Leia and and
Of
and
course,
Kylo
of
to
course.
have more uh, of the
We should do
spotlight.
an episode where we just like you need to read Duel of the Fates.
Well, yeah. I mean, didn't you say Colin Trevorrow was thinking of coming on the show?
Yeah, he says that he's probably gonna wait a little bit before he talks Star Wars. I asked him.
Well, he can come. He
I
can
asked
come
him.
on and talk Jurassic Park, man. I don't care. Whatever he wants to talk about. If he's
Yeah,
cool with
yeah.
it.
But anyway, that's not relevant to you reading the
No,
script.
it's not. But we should. We should just read the whole thing. I haven't read it.
It's awesome. The script is
I only
amazing.
read
I've
like
read it
a
three
couple
times.
pages. That was it. Saw the
I've
concept
read it
art,
three
which was
times.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a great
Hux killing
script.
himself with Mace Windu's lightsaber. I was it's like, what? That's so cool.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's cool.
The voice actor quotes it as Luke, I am your father." Really? No way. Well, that's a mistake. Could you do a live stream of you reacting to the last episode of the Clone Wars? We can all share one tissue box for the grand finale. Sure, and then that would be the end of my channel. Get copyrighted and sued for stealing a paying streaming video. Oh, I guess I could put like a timer up
Excuse me.
and watch it with you guys. That would be pretty fun. Hey, Mark, we should do that. You and me. Rule of two,
I'm not.
watching the last episode together.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Just put a timer
While
up
we're
and
playing COD, or
no, what?
are we playing
No, we
COD?
put a timer up on the screen. We just go live and we're watching. We have it on open on another screen. We have episode 12 open, and we're just watching it. And people can watch it with us and see our reactions and all that. Kind of cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. Look. I'm open to that, man. Look, I'm very grateful for the listeners of the podcast and whatever we
Do you
can
guys
do.
enjoy these podcasts? Because I mean, the numbers show that you do, but
Yeah,
I mean,
not even.
I hope that you all do. If you do, just spam one right now. Let us know, and we love making these. When Mark came to me, he's like, "Hey, like I'd love to do Rule of Two with you, and we do it on your channel." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "This is great. This is an awesome partnership," and I've been so happy that he can get all of these huge guests on the show that I would never be able to get. So we owe a lot to Mark, and so thank you, Mark. I just want you to know that I appreciate all the stuff you do here. You're really helping.
Well, you're welcome, man. And look, it's a
You're
lot of
bringing free
fun.
content to so many people.
Look, we do it once a week. We talk a little Star Wars. It's always fun to get it out there, especially in these tough times. We live in some strange times, and it's good to sort of forget about that. For me at
Yeah.
least once a week. I know you're doing content all the time. And look, if you guys like it, we stream games
We do on
sometimes.
the gaming channel,
Uh,
so yeah, we'd love it if you guys join that one.
you'll know it's us because our we do like a thumbnail of you and me wearing quarantine masks that double as our Call of Duty
Yeah.
costumes. And yeah, man, look, will we get disrobed on the stream? Probably not,
Most likely that won't happen.
but we'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Anakin disrobed from the back, right?
Anakin disrupt. I want that hot toy. Talk about a hot toy.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
the
know if I
hot
want
toy.
that. Maybe
Oh,
it's
dude.
propped up
Speaking
on my
of which, I
desk.
just got a so somebody went to my office and sent me a picture. A package arrived for me of a hot toy of Obi-Wan Kenobi in Tatooine. His like transition period between Clone Wars and New
Oh,
Hope.
cool. I think that's the same one I have. The Mythos, right? The one that's like the cheaper version of the Mythos or the Mythos.
I'm not sure. It's like a
He's got
hot
Qui
toy.
Gon's lightsaber. He's got Anakin's.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah,
That one's
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, man. So I got it. I
It's like the
got that.
Jamie
I'm
Costa
very
version.
excited. Right, right. It's the Jamie Costa
Yeah,
version. Shout out to Jamie Costa. He's our
we love you, buddy.
boy. My boy. Oh, dude, actually, that should be the new thing.
You want that to be the new thing instead of Rise, my
Remember?
friends?
My boy. Isn't that from
Yeah,
that's from
episode
Rise of
9,
Skywalker,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yo, before we end, I want to talk about. Remember in the trailers for Rise of Skywalker, there was that like cheap version of Ian McDermott's voice. It was not his voice; it was someone else's voice, and it was like, "Let the battle begin." Did you not remember that?
I don't
We
I
never
don't
got
remember
that
that.
in the movie.
Let the battle
Yeah, it was like
begin.
some makeshift like peasant Palpatine voice that they got. I don't know, paid him like $50, and they were just like, "Here, do this line."
I have been every voice you
No,
have
no, not
ever.
that, not that.
God, it's just like what an insult to everything Star Wars that line is, man.
You didn't like that line?
Like nothing is real. Everything is
Oh
BS. We
yeah,
could change the story in
yeah,
the
yeah,
flip
yeah,
of a any.
yeah. Oh well, you guys remember that? Let the battle begin. It's like why would Palpatine say that? Is he like watching a gladiator fight or something? Like what's going on here?
Let the battle
Yeah, it was
begin.
weird.
Actually, if somebody can find that clip and post the link, I want to see that because I don't remember
I'll
that.
send it to you. Yeah, someone find it and just tweet it. Tweet it to Marc.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the dollar
All right.
store Palpatine or something. It was just like
I think there's
let
one
the
more
final
question
battle
came in.
begin. It was so bad. Like I could do a better Palpatine. Why didn't they just hire me?
Yeah, your Palpatine's good, man. I like your
No, my
Palpatine.
Palpatine's bad, but I mean, it was better than that.
Yeah, yeah, your Palpatine's good, dude. I
My Palpatine's
I, I wouldn't
my
undersell
Palpatine
it.
gets by. It gets by as like an animation, as like a spoof, but nowhere near the real thing. Uh, YouTube,
All
the
right, buddy.
actor, they show a photo of the script. One for sure, just wish there's more fan interaction. Will Star Wars Celebration be canceled? I don't know. Marc, what do you think about filming some Jedi scenes in the Florida Keys?
Are you talking to me? Is that a
That's a
question?
question for you by Parth.
What do I think about filming some Jedi scenes in the Florida
Yeah.
Keys? I mean, I think it's a great thing. I mean, just as a general thought, I'm all in. Like, let's do
Yeah,
it,
yeah, there wasn't, yeah. What was in the box when Maul trained Anakin video? Oh, it was the head. Wow, that was a 4 years. That was literally that was my first fan fiction, I think. It was it Padme's head or was it Shmi's head?
Jesus,
I
dude.
think it was Padme's.
You're a dark disrober, bro.
It's gonna be my new Call
Hold on,
of
this is
Duty
a
name.
disrober.
Disrobe. Oh,
Oh
God.
god.
Will we see Ahsoka head to the planet that she's been hiding on since Order 66? Possibly.
Maybe. Yeah, possibly.
Depends how big your pocketbook is.
Ever made it this far into the interior as Coruscant? Once or twice.
Recently?
I love it. Possibly. Yeah, what a movie, bro. All those movies are great. That's something that I would really love to do. And this is my last thing before we go here. We've been going for
Yeah,
74
get us
minutes.
up to 2,000
Uh,
likes, people. Come on, 300 more. Let's go.
um, I want to do a watch along of the prequels.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
You know, if you guys are down for doing a watch along of the prequels, hit
All of
one.
us can just watch them. You got Disney Plus, you got it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. That'd be
We just
fun.
watch it and just laugh at all the lines because like
Yeah.
every line is
Yeah,
gold.
let's do that. Let's do that. Episode
Every line,
episode 1 watch along, episode 2 watch along, episode 3 watch along. We just go through the whole thing. And we just put a timer on the
it's
screen and
gold.
you can sync with us and we'll all be watching it.
It's gold. Those movies are absolute gold. I think that look, let's do it. Let's get enough people talking to us about that. I want to do that. I want to do
Oh,
that.
someone just commented, "You have been disrobed." It's funny though. They both do disrobe themselves when they're about to fight on Mustafar, and when they're about to fight Dooku. Dude, Star Wars is all about disrobing. I think we've uncovered something here. We've really figured it out.
Right. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, the...
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Okay, you have your outro. I have my outro. So who goes first?
Look, I haven't done my outro ever since we
No,
started
the
doing
new
the show
one.
together.
The new one. The new one.
What's the new one?
You just did it. You
What?
remember? You just
My,
that's
my
yours. That's
boy.
yours. You say that, and then I go.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. My whole thing is that every episode I try to come up with a new tagline.
Yeah.
Like this one, we got disrobe. We got like I thought it was gonna be impossible to outdo
No, I'm
Simp.
not. I'm not ending the
You know?
stream till we're at 2,000 likes. It's at 1.9, so that means we need under 100 left. So just silently just wait.
Yeah,
Just
but
watch.
now they're not gonna end the like they're not gonna do the likes because they don't want the stream to end. So we could all keep hanging out all
No,
night.
that. God damn it! Now you just said it, and now they're not gonna do it. It was said you would robe the Sith, not disrobe them.
It would say you would put a cloak on the Sith, not disrobe them.
Anakin, what are you doing?
Oh, that's perfect. The return of the robe. The return
Oh,
of the
by the way, you
robe.
guys, I
Oh,
created a new channel called Fast Facts. So go check it out. I'm gonna start doing like $200 giveaways on that channel, just to get people subbing there and to help
cool.
during these times. No one's hitting like. God damn it, Mark.
Dude, watch your language.
What the hell did you just said the other time? God damn. Don't take
right,
the Lord's
guys, look,
name
it's
in
been a-
vain. I just watched Blast from the Past the other night.
What is that?
You haven't seen that with Brendan Fraser and Alicia Silverstone. And
If they made Heir to the Empire in the 90s, Alicia Silverstone might have been cast as Mara Jade.
she's blonde.
I know they could put red hair
What
on
happened
her,
to her? She doesn't make movies anymore.
Actually, on Collider, we just did an interview with her. It's up there on
No
Collider. If you guys
way.
want to see it. She's cool. Yeah, she's cool. She's cool.
Just recently?
Yeah, like maybe 2 days
No
ago.
way. Oh, cool. Wait, how'd you do an interview?
Yeah.
Like you.
I mean, it wasn't me. It was one of my writers. Did an interview with her on video.
They actually met up. They're
But
not
anyway,
doing the social distancing.
yeah. It's like this, like
Oh,
remote.
cool. Okay, sweet. Oh, that's. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go.
So
I'm gonna
look,
watch that.
we're at 2,000 disrobes.
You've disrobed us 2,000 times.
We did it.
We did it, bro.
My boys.
Broys. All right, let's go play some Warzone. All right, see you guys.
My boys.
Rise,
No.
my friends.